Hello, I'm Dr. Dan Tomasulo, and this is Dr. Marie Hartwell-Walker. And what we're doing today is answering some questions for Ask the Therapist, and you have a particularly powerful one today.
Yeah, I think so. And this isn't just a one-time kind of letter. One of the types of letters we receive far too often, in my opinion, are letters from 13, 14, 15-year-old young people talking about being physically hurt by their parents. This letter says, my father threw me to the ground by the hair, slammed my head into the ground, left me with bruises on arms and legs and back.
Wow.
My best friend saw, my mom saw, but he denies it, and my mother was yelling, but nothing changes.
Wow.
And I read those letters and gasp that here's somebody 14 years old, this is a 14-year-old girl, who is being hurt by someone who is supposed to love her.
Yes.
And that she does love. It's her father. So what does she do? And she's asking, what do I do?
Right.
And unfortunately, there are no easy answers.
Yes. Right.
Because, as she points out in her letter, she has nowhere to go. It's not like she can pack up and live on her own. She's 14.
Right.
And she's very afraid of reporting because she's afraid the family will be broken apart.
Sure.
And that's a legitimate fear because often when the state system hears of this kind of thing, the family is pulled apart.
Right.
Short of that, what she can do is she can try to find a trusted adult to confide in. That can be a school counselor, it can be her best friend's mother, because sometimes people who are hurting their kids are hurting themselves. And there are things that can be done to help the family. And that's our best scenario, is when an intervention can happen that helps the family.
Right.
But sometimes it really is better to separate because she's in danger of being terribly hurt. This is out of control.
Yeah, it doesn't get better on its own.
This isn't going to get better on its own. The other thing I often say to teenagers is to please consider calling the hotline at Boys Town. And that number is 1-800-448-3000. 1-800-448-3000. This is not an advertisement for Boys Town.
Yeah, right.
But
what'll happen when they call?
Here's what happens. There are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there are counselors there to talk.
Right.
So writing to us is certainly a good first step, but here's the reality. Somebody writes to us and maybe 3 weeks later a response appears on Psych Central, and meanwhile this is going on.
Sure.
So my hope is that when young people read my response to this letter, even though it's not about their particular situation, but if it's enough like your situation, know that there is help out there. And the 2 layers that are immediately available is to call the Boys Town Hotline, just to have people to talk to, and to get some sense of whether this has gone beyond what is reasonable and to get some support. And then they, like me, will encourage you to find a trusted adult to talk to about how to help your family. And hopefully then things will get better. But you do not deserve, nobody deserves to be hurt like this in their own home.